today what we're going to be doing is chakalaka. And chakalaka is a South African staple. And it's accompanied with beans, canned tomatoes, a ton of different vegetables. See, the Mozambique mine workers in South Africa would take these ingredients and develop a spicy relish, a condiment that they would accompany with pap. And pap is a coarse cornmeal that they would put together with it, sort of like fufu in the eastern part of Africa. But in the South Africa, they use pap. So I'm gonna go down the list and we're gonna talk about these amazing ingredients and these spices and show you what chakalaka is basically about. So we're gonna start building this dish right now. So what I like to do is I start off with a nice onion. We're gonna take the skin off of this. And I'm gonna use about half of this. So I'm gonna do a nice medium dice on that. And we're gonna just make some incisions right across the belly of it. Take my grapeseed oil, which has a pretty high smoke point, and I'm gonna coat the bottom of this cast iron pan, and I'm gonna build everything in this cast iron pan. So I'm gonna get my white onions in there. And we wanna cook these until they get nice and translucent. I don't want too much color on it because I don't want it to become really sweet. So while that's working, I'm gonna take some garlic. And what I'm going to do with the garlic is, I'm not going to mince it up. I'm going to use oblong shaped circles, really thin. Like that. And I'm going to incorporate that right inside of it. I'm going to go with 2 because I love garlic. Some of you might not like that much, but I love what it brings to the dish. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Got that in there. Make sure to always keep your station clean at all times. You don't want to be cooking with a mess. So, while we got our garlic, our onions working in here, now we're gonna start dealing with the vegetables. So I got a variety of peppers, red, orange, yellow, sorry, and red. So I'm gonna cut these up. So I'm gonna julienne them. Add them inside. Red. And cut them in half. So I want some nice size bite pieces. I don't want them too small. Because the vegetables are the star ingredients in this. And I want them to shine through without overcooking them as well. And I'm going to take a nice carrot. And I'm going to just cut it in half like so. I'm gonna cut a piece off just like that, just to give it a base, so I can slice it evenly. And me, I really don't cut the skin off of my carrots. I like the skin, I just clean them very well. Then I'm gonna give it a nice slice like so. And then I'm slicing. Now, we're gonna go into this purple cabbage. We're gonna slice some of this and add it in there as well. Really simple dish. So you see all these vibrant colors. And I want that oil to hit every part of this and help break down some of this. So now, once we get to this point, I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of kosher salt. A little bit of white pepper. I have some green beans that I blanched off. I'm gonna add these as well. Now, we're gonna go into our spices. I have some smoked paprika. I have some cayenne, turmeric, oregano, and cumin. So I'm gonna add all of that in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of tomato paste. Incorporate all that in there. You wanna work all that in. Take your time, it's not a rush. You just wanna coat every ingredient inside of here. You want to take on that flavor. Also, a little bit of ginger. I like using ginger paste because sometimes when you're using raw ginger, it has a tendency to have a little bite to it, and if you don't mince it up really well, it's going to give it a sharp flavor and cut through all the other stuff that's going on. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and add it in as well. Now, I'm going to come with my canned beans. I'm going to incorporate that in as well. Smell it. All those spices and ingredients start to come out. It's permeating through this kitchen right now. Okay, now this is starting to break down a little bit, and I want that crunch to add that complexity to the dish. So I'm gonna give this a little taste to see where we at in terms of flavor. Nice heat, nice amount of salt. I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper to it. Okay, so once you incorporate all your ingredients, you have your beans, you have all your vegetables, you want to simmer this about 10 minutes tops, because you don't want those vegetables completely break down and be mushy. So you want that complexity and that texture, that bite in each individual piece of those vegetables. So give it about 10 minutes and then you serve. Okay, now we're gonna get into doing a polenta. So I got a white polenta, and you guys know this is a 100% plant-based dish. So I'm gonna finish it with a little bit of avocado butter. So I got my polenta right here. So I'm gonna slowly, gradually add it into this vegetable stock, and I'm gonna whisk to break up all those grains so it won't clump. Now just take your time, no rush, be patient with the process. Watch it start to develop. Keep your whisk moving. There we go. There we go. Now we grain start to cook out. Let it flow. As you can see, it's starting to get that creamy consistency. Just be patient with it. Let it develop slowly. You get it to the desired consistency that you want. Turn that down. Add some of this avocado butter in there. This is going to go really nice. And you can be generous with that. You know, whisk that in. Look at that. I wish you guys can smell this. So the reason why I chose polenta is because it's made from the same grain, which is cornmeal. Polenta is not as coarse as the maize that is used for the pat, but it still sends a message and the significance of what this dish is really about. So I'm gonna do it a little bit more refined, and we're gonna start getting into the plating process, and we're gonna taste it, and you guys are gonna come along with it. Saucy chocolate on top. You can see all those vibrant, beautiful vegetables and those colors. Just bringing it home. Now we at the finish line, guys. This is the best part of the dish. I'll take some beautiful sprouts. Fine dining South African cuisine right here, guys. That's fine. Chocolate, a beautiful dish. South Africa, Mozambique miners make this dish with minimum ingredients and transform it to something amazing. And the reason why I made this dish because it resonates with me as a child. We didn't have much, but we were able to take minimum ingredients and we were able to transform it into something beautiful. And when I looked at this dish and I saw this dish, I said I had to pay homage and make this dish. So this is my way of paying respect to this amazing dish, chocolate. Let's taste it. Let's see where it's at. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode at the Bry Experience. You are welcome to follow me, subscribe to my station, the Bry Experience, and thank you. Thank you. Signing out.